Let's go by and get down real slick, man. I hope the kids ain't around. It's funny Tuesdays. Honey Tuesdays.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a beautiful day. We are back. Hope you enjoyed the break. Well, really, there wasn't a break, but there's a new format with the butt checks. We got the quickies, we got the normal format. There's a lot going on. But anyway, it is HT, the most glorious day of the week. Let's get it.
I don't wear condoms like I'm finna catch them all.
Alright, ladies and gents, let's jump right into this one. We had a lot of hype action, to say the least, at the TWT 2019, the Tekken World Tour final that just took place a couple days ago. Matter of fact, this last weekend, of course, it was hype, but also, we had a lot of damn drama behind the scenes. Not really behind the scenes, but in the chat. A lot of people in the FGC were very disappointed. They were very frustrated, and they were very outspoken, like, what the hell is up with all this fucking racism in the chat? Okay, so let's back it on up a little bit and unpack some of this. So, as you know, Pakistan was a huge player this year, right, in Tekken, right? You had Always Honey, you had Arslan Ash, you had a lot of people, right, that were just representing Pakistan. They were just the gods. They came out of, I don't want to say they came out of nowhere, because of course they've been there, but they definitely made a name for themselves this year, and a lot of people were just like, yo, Pakistan, yo, these dudes are gods. So of course they had all this momentum and hype coming into the TWT, but unfortunately they placed a little short. They didn't make it into the top 8, I don't believe that anybody from Pakistan actually made it into the top 8. So from there, a lot of people, of course, in the chat were talking that shit. And as you can imagine, like any other chat, especially if it's like a big event like this, and I'll of course show some of them on the screen, people are just talking that shit. They're calling them washed up. They're calling them Flukistan. That was one of the big things that people saw, right? Flukistan, meaning it's a fluke. They're a fluke. They did all of this, but nah, they were just a fluke at the end of the day. Then on top of that, other people were more on like the racist tip. They were using like racial slurs. One of them was like Packy, and then people were pointing that out like, yo, that is a racial fucking slur. You can't talk like that. People were very vocal, especially on Twitter, and I'll post those right now. A lot of people were just like, yo, where are the mods? And this is another discussion, because people were disappointed, like, where are the mods? There's supposed to be people watching over streams, especially for big events like this, like, you know, disabling comments or just banning people from the comment section altogether. So it picks up with comments like these on Twitter. A lot of people within the FGC were very frustrated, very vocal right here, like Impressed Death, that said, over the duration of watching the Tekken World Tour Finals, I learned that a lot of people that play this game are super racist and are glad that no Pakistani players won. Flukistan, Arslan Gas, etc. These guys dominated hundreds of times better than you. And then other players like Sherry Jennings also pointed out, like we were saying, like, yo, where the hell were the mods? Others like, yo, the hate for Pakistani players was real. A lot of people just couldn't believe, like, yo, where the fuck is all this coming from? Like, Pakistani made like a hell of a name for themselves this year. Hell of a hype train, so much love. We got nothing but love for them here. But all of a sudden in the stream, you see a bunch of bullshit. A lot of you are probably taking the perspective like, yo, it's just a chat. These are just trolls. We should just ignore them, because at the end of the day, they're full of shit and they can't beat anybody. All they do is they're just little keypad warriors or keyboard warriors. They sit behind a computer and they type bullshit. I think honestly, it was more than that. I think like a lot of us in the FGC, we like to feel that we've grown at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? We've gone through so much in the FGC, especially as of late, you know, with the ups and the downs and esports and like Street Fighter shifting and Tekken taking off more than ever. All these things changing, you know what I'm saying? All these new lights and new, I would say, groups within the FGC getting shine that not necessarily got shine before. So it seems like we've gone through a lot. I would like to say, especially with the sexual harassment cases, you know what I'm saying? There's just been a lot within the last couple years that the FGC had to mature past. So a lot of us would like to think that we're better off because of all this, maybe stronger, maybe a little bit nicer and loving, but then you go into a huge chat or a huge tournament chat room like this at the TWT and you see racist shit and you're like, oh, it's still the FGC.
I just did a reality check and became hyper aware.
Like I said, man, let me know what you think. Real talk, you have two sides to this, right? You got one, they're like, yo, we need to be better than this, especially on the mod side. There should have been mods in there. There should have been people representing better for our Pakistani brothers, you know what I'm saying? Or you got that other side like, yo, you knew this was gonna happen. Trolls are gonna be trolls. Ignore these sons of bitches, because right now there's not really anything better than just muting and banning people in chat rooms, so just ignore the dudes. There you have it, everybody. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think. It's a hot topic. I know it's definitely not the horniest of topics since today is HT. A lot of you sometimes are like, it's not horny enough on HT. What the hell's up with that? Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you bright and early, not Wednesday, but Thursday morning, 10 o'clock in the morning. This Thursday, 10 a.m. See you soon. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
So today is definitely not the horniest, but for those of you that want to keep it HT, I'll give you this.
The FGC Cuties. Although January has just ended, you'll surely want to go back and reminisce, as our first beefcake is looking ultra fine for all 31 days. Black History Month has never looked sexier, as Ryan Hart makes us all wish there were more days in February in his godlike cut-off denims. And you'll all be sure to march ahead as Velociraptor Maximus goes to battle with swag as his shield and sexy as his sword. And there will be no April Fools this year, as James Shen perfectly combines exoticness with commentating to bring us exotic-tating. And with the end of spring marks the beginning of Momochi's May, as his sexy soccer game gives footsies a whole new meaning. And you'll be sure to stay hot this summer as Papa Valle shows off his Papa Pecs in this top-tier month of June. This 4th of July, fire up the grill, pop a cold one, and sip on some liquid knuckle dew, because this stud's for you. They may have buffed Nash, but they could not buff this beefcake, as Infiltration's body remains OP. Download complete.